Welcome to Darren Daily On Demand, your most trusted resource to help you become better every day. Here's your success mentor, Darren Hardy.
What began as an opportunity of a lifetime was suddenly a nightmare. Tom's company had sent him to a new town, promised him a generous salary and a living allowance. When Tom arrived, he immediately found a lovely house to rent, and considering the allowance he had been promised, he confidently plunked down the required deposit of $5,000. But then the awful thing happened. On the day Tom was scheduled to begin work, his union went on strike. There he is, alone, in a faraway new town, no income, no savings, and the sizable deposit he had paid was non-refundable. Tom went to his landlady. Her name was Linda. Linda was a nice young woman in her 20s. Tom explained to Linda what had happened and that he had no idea when he might be working again, but he really did like the house, its charm, its architecture, and its location. He wondered if there was any way she might permit him to stay until he could start earning money again. While Linda was sympathetic, she too was in a bind. She bought the house to fix it up for herself to live in, but when the cost of renovation proved to be too steep, she was forced to rent it out and move into the apartment above the garage. Linda loved the house, but if she didn't rent it, there'd be no way she could afford to make the necessary repairs. And there were many things to do. There was woodworking, there was roofing, there was painting to be done, and mending fences, and landscaping. Tom, smiling, interrupted. The situation was perfect, he said. Landlady Linda needed her house renovated, and Tom had nothing but time on his hands. And he, by the way, had done construction work, just this very sort of thing, and he loved doing it. Linda said that she could not afford to pay Tom very much, just $7 an hour. Tom said that would be fine, as long as he earned enough to pay his rent so that he could live in this wonderful house. The two of them shook hands, and Tom went to work. With craftsman-like skill and patience, he performed all manners of carpentry and plumbing. He made electrical repairs, he tended the garden, he landscaped the yard, and he painted. Tom took great pride in his work indoors and out, and as the months passed, he came to feel that the house became home. And when the strike was over, Tom began his real job, and yet he would continue to live in that same house for decades. The town Tom was sent to in 1980 was Honolulu, Hawaii. He had been sent there by Universal Studios to star in a new television series. For Linda, the landlady, she will never forget the day that a flat-broke, unknown actor begged to be hired as a handyman so that he could live in her home while waiting for a Screen Actors Guild strike to be settled so that he could start work on a new television program called Magnum P.I. Of course, by now, you know Linda's personal handyman was Tom Selleck. Tom received 5 Emmy nominations for his lead role in Magnum P.I., which lasted for 8 successful seasons. Tom starred in 87 other movies and TV shows, produced 18 others, and wrote 8 others as well. What can we all take away from this story and example? Number 1, a reminder that it can be darkest just before your breakthrough. Tom had been working in acting for 15 years before the premiere of Magnum P.I. He was beyond his last nickel to try to make his dream a reality, when the strike looked like it'd be the final nail in the coffin for him forever. Maybe you've been in a spot like this. Maybe you're in a spot like this. Maybe you'll be in a spot like this. Remember this, it can be darkest just before your breakthrough. The biggest breakthrough of your life might be around the next corner. As Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. And then number 2, humility. For Tom to keep going, this strapping artist actor was willing to do whatever it took, even if it was being a humble handyman and gardener for a mere $7 an hour. It's a reminder that to get to our next step, it might require us to jump in the trenches and do the tough, dirty, and unglamorous work. And for some, that is not the trenches of physical work necessarily, but the trenches of emotional and psychological work. Facing your limiting beliefs and standing up to your demons with courage and boldness. And then number 3, what we on the A-Team like to call FITFO. Figure the fluck out, right? Instead of waiting for your circumstances to change, Tom created an opportunity for himself. This no-crying, proactive approach is essential for success, especially in times of uncertainty. And these times, things are certainly always uncertain. So, FITFO. So, my Darren Daily friends, which of these 3 takeaway tips do you need to hear the most today? Number 1, your big breakthrough might be around the next corner. Just keep going. As MLK said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. Or number 2, humility, jumping in the trenches and fight your fears with courage and audacity. Or number 3, Mo Fitfo. Hey, Darren here again quickly. I am so thrilled that you are enjoying the production of Darren Daily On Demand. I don't want you to lose sight of how important it is that you stay consistent or get yourself subscribed, if you aren't, to the every morning discipline of the actual Darren Daily. The transformational magic is in the process, not just the information or the big idea. It is in the ritual and routine to how you kickstart your day. It's calibrating your mind to focus on that one idea and apply it to that very day. Knowledge does not change your life. Behavior does. The action you take on that idea, one idea, each day compounded over time, is what creates the transformational results. Go to darrendaily.com if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you there bright and early tomorrow morning.